Today, I'd like to show you a brief example of how to get insights on your strategy. And to do so, we'll be using the Visible Advantage platform. The Visible Advantage platform is an end-to-end strategy mapping and analytics platform. It's easy to get started, it's free, and requires no credit card. So let's begin by signing in. I've already established an account that we can use. I'll go here and pick up that account and log into the platform. The first thing you'll see is a list of projects that you may have already been working on, as you see here. I'm going to select the retail business industry project for us to look at. And in doing so, you'll notice a couple of different options. You can go ahead and get insights on your project strategy. You can also review the metadata and models involved in your project strategy, or you can generate something called a data product. Let's go in and look at the model views for our project first. And when you click on that option, you'll be presented with a framework. The framework enables you to quickly view any of the artifacts for your project that are designed to answer some of the interrogatories around what, how, where, who, when, and why. So it's actually a 360-degree view of your project. But for this particular demo, let's go ahead and first look at something that we refer to as planning statements. Planning statements is a way that we connect, if you will, your project mission, goals, objectives, strategy, all the way down through the insights that you want to get on your project strategy. So for example, here we have a strategy to align your product promotions to the consumer behavior. That strategy is designed to address the objective of defining your market segment, which in turn helps you achieve your overall consumer analysis goal. Now, in aligning your product promotions to your consumer behavior, you will be able to derive some insights on that. Essentially, or primarily, I should say, the insight is to identify which promotions are the most effective. Now, before we go ahead and conduct a search around that insight, let's take a look at what the overall business process and data looks like that we're dependent upon. That is to say that aligning the product promotions to consumer behavior depends upon. So we'll take a look at first the business process around promotions. And here you can see a business process that shows you the interaction between the steps in that process and the data flow in amongst those steps. As you can see, it's essentially a customer placing an order. And it's at that point in time that we're recording the promotion that the customer used in placing the order. And with that information, we're going to be able to determine which promotions are most effective, henceforth aligning the promotions with the actual consumer behavior for our business. Additionally, let's take a look at the data. And in doing so, we can click on our data model, which in turn shows us the main data sources that we need to take into consideration to support our strategy. We'll also have available to us some of the data statistics with that promotion, like for example, how many shared the promotion, how many likes were there on the promotion, and so on, and a reference calendar in terms of the timeliness and frequency of when the promotion was run. So that's all the data, if you will, that we're going to need in order to understand how our strategy is doing and get insight into the strategy. So with that, let's return back to now go ahead and conduct the search. And here we're presented with our options for searching the data. And instantly you can see that the insights are already mapped for us. That is to say that there's no need for us to understand how to develop software, how to put together a SQL command. We don't have to understand SQL. All of that is automatically generated during the mapping process. Again, we're looking at a end-to-end strategy mapping and analytics platform. So immediately we can go ahead and get data on which services were the ones that were mostly viewed, shared, and liked by our customers. And immediately we can see that the service that was most liked was, in fact, the audio. Now, if we go back and run another search, you can see that audio, in fact, was most liked, but it was most liked when the promotion was in the form of a contest. And the product category that the contest was run for happened to be electronics, or in this case, actually computers. And we can also pick up the information that that particular contest that was run during the promotion was run on Vine. So Vine was, in fact, the service, the social media service that we use to run contest promotion. And it was, in fact, the one that was most liked by our consumers. So with that, we can drill down into more specific data. As you can see here, we can conduct searches across any of our planning statements that we set up. And these planning statements, for example, they could be goals, objectives, strategies, insights again. Not only that, but we could actually go ahead and run searches on any of our actual data tables. So for example, if we wanted to find specifically more information on promotions, we can get that information here. And you may recall that we can actually get the timeliness of the promotion, the start and end date, the promotion name, more details about the promotion itself. So essentially what we're doing is we're querying data using Starburst Galaxy. Our platform, Visible Advantage platform, is powered by Starburst Galaxy. The reason why this is important is because Starburst Galaxy is the massive parallel processor that our platform uses. In using Starburst Galaxy, you are able to, through our platform, aggregate data across disparate and distributed data sources. And that's the real power of gaining insight into your strategy. The fact that you can map any of your conceptual models about your strategy to any physical data sources out there and be able to aggregate the data across those sources, just as we've done here in this demo. So with that, I'll go off and I'll invite you to get started. Again, no credit card is required. It's free, and you can get started using one of our industry templates. We have others in addition to the retail. Actually, we have some on healthcare, pharmaceutical, manufacturing, supply chain, etc. Thank you very much for your time.